Hello, everyone. It's Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic, and welcome to this episode of Jean-Claude Between the Lines. How are you guys doing? It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I think we are today. Wanted to do this quick live with you guys. I had an interview scheduled for 3 o'clock today with Bruce All, and unfortunately, Bruce needed to postpone the episode. So I'm a free man, so to speak, this afternoon here. So, anyways, I just decided I'd go out and buy myself a coffee at the local Tim Hortons shop. And I wanted to show you something that is very, really, really cool. Very, really cool. I don't know if you guys know this. So if you're not from Canada, let me see if I can show this to you on the screen. There is such a thing as a beaver tail. So it's a famous Canadian pastry. This one is just the what do you call it? The classic, I believe it's called. So it's just cinnamon and sugar on this little pastry here. Anyways, beaver tails, Canadian beaver tails. So if you guys have tried that before, let me know in the chat what you guys think about it. So give me a 5x5 if you guys can hear me okay. I'm in my vehicle today, and I'm running the AC because it's still pretty hot out here, and I don't want our phone to blow up as it usually does here when I do these little live between the lines shows here with you guys. So still waiting for the 5x5 in the chat. Okay, there you go. Okay, we're up and running. Okay, and let me know what you think of those beaver tails. And of course, it's not good for you. It's it shouldn't be included in my diet right now because I'm paying very close attention to my diet. As you know, I've been working on the body, mind, spirit, body complex here, but mostly on the body here for the last couple of months, bringing that up to speed with the other two sides of that triune. And so, yeah, it's not good for my diet, but I guess today it's good for my soul. So I'll justify it that way. So, yeah, just having a little treat with you guys here today. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool people here at the boat launch. It's a beautiful day. And I wanted to, it was a couple of things, not a big important video, guys. So if you have more important things to do, just go ahead. I just wanted to spend some time and chat with you guys, seeing as I didn't get my 3 p.m. Fix with you guys here today. Uh, so yeah, essentially, I received something by the mail, I believe last week. And what happened was maybe 2 weeks ago, I saw a notice somewhere, and I say somewhere because I just don't know. It was either on my Facebook, on my Twitter, in a comment section in a video, maybe in my email. But this person was trying to reach me to let me know that she had sent me something to my P.O. box and that she had received notification that it was about to be sent back. And so she was trying frantically to get my attention so that I would go to my P.O. box and pick up the delivery. So, and this was just before I went on vacation. So, anyways, I came back from vacation and I realized, oh, shoot, I have to go check my P.O. box. I did. And on that day, too, the lady at the post office says, oh, you're lucky, Jean-Claude. We were about to send this back because I always forget to check my post office box. So, anyways, I got this amazing gift. This lady put so much effort into it. And I say this lady because I have no clue right now. It's not in front of me what the name of the person is. And also, I'm trying to contact her. So, this is part of the reason I'm doing this video. So this lady sent me and Janine these amazing Reiki crystal quilts. I guess is the best description for them. So they're quilted blankets infused with crystals. And so they're absolutely amazing, beautiful things. And so on the Wednesday show that's coming up tomorrow night with Janine, I'll show you guys pictures of what this person sent us. It's absolutely amazing. And so I'm going to ask this person too, if they're watching the screen now, send me an email. Go through the contact form at beyondmystic.net. I know that's for the customer support stuff, but you can use that form to reach me. Those usually I pay a lot of attention to. Other than that, I have 1,000 emails. I just don't have time to see all the emails go through. But the customer support stuff, I really pay attention to. So for you, whoever sent me those blankets, I have that written letter you sent me, but at the bottom of it, it doesn't tell me what your email was. So I'm trying to get back to you to let you know that, yes, I have it. We've received it, and I've also talked to Janine about it yesterday, and I'll be making arrangements to send that to her now too, because she's now in her new house and all excited about her upcoming housewarming party. So that's it for the blankets or the gifts, anyways, from the PO box. The other thing I want to say, um, I just want to make sure you guys are enjoying life. I know there's so many weird things happening as of late, and it just seems to me that it's going to get even more frantic and even more weird by the hour here almost. As you know, I took 2 days vacation early last week, and I just thought that we were on this cusp or this pivotal point here where things would get even more, if you believe that, it could get even more batshit crazy than it is now. So, anyways, that's why I'm here at the dock today. I just wanted to spend time after this video. I'm going to go um, put my feet in the water here and drink my coffee and have my beaver tail. So I'm trying to read the chat. It's going pretty fast here, and it's very small on my screen. But let me know if you guys know what a beaver tail is. Beaverton. Oh yes, I have enjoyed a beaverton. No, it's a beaver tail. Tail. Smiling eyes. Oh, you're from my neck of the woods. So yes, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. That was probably just a typo. Yes. So let me show that to you guys again. If you're just getting into the chat, this is that history. Beaver tails. Oh, and what's happening too? Usually, they're in major cities and historic landmarks and stuff like that. But this year, I guess because of the whole COVID situation, they have this mobile truck, and so they go from town to town, like smaller towns. Like if this is a small town, and so they advertise on Facebook and all that stuff, saying, "Okay, on that week we'll be in your town," and so people take advantage that they get to have a little taste of Canadian, I guess, heritage in a way. So, all right, let me see. Okay, the other point I wanted to make too. This whole series I'm doing on the death of the petrodollar really has me thinking, and I wanted to share this with you guys too. It appears to me that as I'm doing this series and I'm talking to all these amazing guests, I just had Bill Holder on earlier today. It appears to me that I'm having trouble. Okay, let me backtrack. I've been saying this for years that this event was coming, and I always believed it. I always knew it to be true. But now that we're finally here, I'm finding catching myself that maybe they're gonna kick the can down the road again. Maybe it's not true. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm wrong. Because it's been such a long haul on one hand, and on the other hand, it's been so difficult to glean any of this information because of normalcy bias, right? On the news, they're telling you everything's okay, go shopping, enjoy life, blah 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 blah. Don't buy gold, that's a pet rock. Invest in the dollar, into the bonds and stock market, and that's what we're being told. So you have that huge gaslighting going on, and in the background, we're seeing all of these chess moves being played across the board, and man, these last couple moves in the last couple of weeks, months, we've been tracking that on the website, on the channel here. We're here, guys. Like, how much longer is this going to hold this fake reality? Man, and what happens when it doesn't, right? So, guys, think about that. What happens when it doesn't? Like, for example, somebody in the chat yesterday, during my interview with who was it yesterday? Oh, with Dick Algier, somebody was asking about, hey, when's that $600 silver? And Cliff High was in the chat and said, oh, when they start harvesting the corn. So that's not too far away, guys. Like, that's right. It's very close. But what does that mean, $600 silver? What's the state of the world at $600 silver? A lot of reality has to hit in order for silver to be at $600. So I'm just trying to put my head around, what is this going to look like? Right? And part of my mind wants to shut off and say, all right, it's almost too much to handle. It's like too much change too quickly. But then again, if you're watching these shows, you're on my channel, you're on Catherine Edwards' channel, Catherine, this has been a long time coming. You know that this is a Ponzi scheme and we're at the end of it. And so I guess I just wanted to share that with you. Even myself now, looking at everything that's going on right now, I'm having some weird trepidations about it, of trying to understand how things are really, really going to look like here as we move forward. And so I guess that's why I'm back to eating a pastry here today and just trying to enjoy life and having fun and, spending the beautiful time outside here in the sun by the water. And I hope you guys are doing the same, like really enjoying life, hugging your kids, kissing your wife, your husband, whatever it is, making people smile at the corner store. Like, when I bought this pastry the other today too, the lady had a mask on, and she says, "Oh, sir, do you have a mask?" And this is an outside booth, right? I'm outside. And I said, "No, I just don't have one." And she says, "Well, do you mind wearing one?" I'm like, "I do, actually. It's a beautiful day." I didn't want to get into the reasons why, whatever. And she says, "Oh, okay," and she served me anyways. And part of me wanted to uh, fight back or say something. And then I realized, no, just give her a big smile. And so when she gave me my beaver tail, I said, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys have a beautiful day," and she smiled right back at me, and she was really, really happy. So, people make their decisions. It's okay. And we're so late in this game now that all you can do is share the love with everyone. So I hope you guys are doing that. And at the same time, too, if you go and listen to the interview from yesterday, well, on Catherine Edwards' channel, she asked me, "What am I doing right now?" And the biggest thing I came up with was, "Well, I'm prepping. I'm getting ready for what's right in front of us." And don't get me wrong, I've been a prepper all my life. I'm a Boy Scout, as they say. Boy Scouts are always prepared. But I've been prepping in earnest maybe 10, 12 years. And now what I'm doing is topping up everything and trying to think of all the things I haven't thought about, because the world is so weird and crazy. And every time um, I think I have a handle on reality, we're being challenged day to day to day here with all of this new stuff coming out. And on that note, if you guys want to go check out the episode I did with Janine last night, it's now available on pay-per-view. So that's Tarot by Janine number 20. We talked about this, how we're just like so fatigued of having to reconstruct what we think is reality here on a day-to-day basis. And I'm sorry to say, it's gonna get worse before it gets any better. So we're going to be challenged even more here moving forward. So I think, again, it's very important. Pay attention to your diet, to your food, to your meditation, to your exercise, to your body. Spend some time outside in nature, especially in the sunlight. Get that, information transferred through your skin. Talk to the trees, be in the water, do all of these things. But think of your preps too, not to be in fear mode, but just to be prepared for anything that might come here. And of course, if you've been watching the videos from the remote viewers, there's some weird stuff on their radar screen for the months of September, and so we don't know what all that looks like and where that is going to be. But at any rate, it's just indicative of the fever pitch of all of these changes that are happening now. Claudette says, "Yes, I'm going to top off my preparation package." Thank you, Jean-Claude. Thank you, Claudette. Good luck with all of that, and good luck to everyone with all of that. We still have time, but I think time's short in terms of being able to prep and being able to have access to everything you need. I think this is where we're starting to see the breakdowns now and the long, long delivery times on some of those more critical components. As I mentioned in a show a couple of weeks ago, I was looking at an extra generator for the house, like a whole house generator, and I wanted to do the diesel one. And the guy told me, "JC, that's 8 to 9 months in order, back order right now." So that never used to be the case. So there's things like that happening right now. So just go around your house and fortify your situation, and hold the line. I think that's the other big message here that Janine, Catherine, and most of us are trying to convey to you guys is hold that line, hold that frequency. We're all in this together. We're very close to it, but we need to stand strong. And you stand a lot stronger when you know your preps are done. You stand a lot stronger when you know that you've done right by the people around you, your friends, your family, your kids, and all that. So think about those things as well too. Right now, I think it's important. Um, Let me see. You guys have any other questions or any questions for me right now? I'm looking at those comments go by. Jean-Claude, God bless your heart. Thank you so much. Who's that? Fancy pants. Okay, fancy pants. Cool. And again, if that person is watching this show who sent me those quilts, please do send me an email. I want to send you a big thank you letter, and I also want to do that formally on the Janine show tomorrow night, just so you know. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I think that's about it for today. I went through everything. Oh, hmm. Should I mention even this? No. Sorry. I was thinking of something earlier today, and it kind of struck me that the rhetoric is using. Um, actually, I'll go into it. Again, not to um, abase or to reduce the vibration or the frequency, but just to let you um, cultivate the thinking of what's really happening. We're seeing government officials using now, and even using the words draconian measures to implement the things they want to implement, and that's all we can say. But they're actually using the word draconian measures. I've seen that and heard that and read that in the last couple of days. And this is also coming from the public service, right? And every government's around the world, bureaucracies around the world. And you're like, wait a second, public service. So that means in service to the public. And when they say that they're going to use draconian measures, well, that's not service to the public. That's service to you know who. So just go back and do the etymology of that word, draconian, and you'll figure out what we're talking about. And the fact that they're using those words right now in your face, in their language, in their literature, in their speeches, all of this stuff to implement what they're trying to implement, it's kind of like they're telling you, and they're actually saying, hey, these rules are coming from above, presumably from the public service. They're saying, oh, it's coming above from the political apparatus, and the political apparatus will say, oh, it's coming from above, it's coming from the Privy Council or the Queen or whatever, right? But if you follow that above line, you get to understand perhaps what is actually being told to us right now. And this ties into the conversation I had with Janine yesterday and with Catherine yesterday. We can't be bothered with the low level cons anymore. Yes, to some extent, some of them matter, and the frequency of the population matters because they believe in one thing or the other, and that they're just trying to grasp onto something right now. I get that part. But we're trying to really look at step back, all the way back, and look at these draconian measures. Because unless we understand who and what is really implementing those, everything we're talking about at the low level con, the political stuff, the religious stuff, the royalty stuff, is just rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. And this is no longer a chair. It's no longer time to arrange the chairs on the Titanic. We need to look at the bigger picture and graduate, I guess, as adults, as a human race, to be able to actually talk about the things that are truly important, and the reality of the situation of this planet. So I guess that's what I want to say. So think about that. Think about that in your, like, internalize that and what that means, and start maybe pushing the envelope in your own way with your friends, with your family, if you have a YouTube channel, to start having this conversation. Because if we're not, if if the mainstream media is telling you over here, that's the problem, you really have to pay attention and say, oh, okay, no, actually, I have to look over there because that's where the real problem is, and that's typically 99% of the time that's exactly true, and that's what we need to talk about, and we need to be brave because some of those topics are going to be, you think people are having trouble now with their cognitive dissonance and having their reality blown to bits every day as this new information is coming out. Wait till you have that conversation. uh, Anyway, so I'm going to be having that conversation on my channel. I talked to Janine about that this morning too, and she absolutely agrees. This is something that we need to focus on. And I'm looking for this other person too who had contacted me, I don't know, a couple of months ago now. I had forwarded the message to Janine. We had gone back and forth with this individual, and she was in contact with, I'll just say an ET race for this video, for the purpose of this video here. And anyways, she had been guided to talk to Janine and I and to share some of that information. Anyways, what happened was I said yes. We're trying to figure out a preliminary interview so that Janine and I could interview this person and have a feel for this person before we did anything online with them, and before we made a decision even. And what happened after that? I lost my Patreon channel, lost my YouTube channel, so everything went to shit, as you guys know, and I lost contact and I lost that email train with this individual. So if you are listening to this video now and you know who you are, send me an email again through the contact form at Beyond Mystic. Even though it's for the customer support people, try to send it there, and I'll try to pick it up and continue on that route, because Janine and I, uh, we think this conversation is important, and this is the next thing that we really should all be focusing on. And so, yeah, Cliff, somebody's talking about Cliff there. Yeah, Cliff was talking about the bug, so go check it out on his BitChute. There's a bug in my woo. Go check out that video. You'll understand a little bit more here what we're talking about. And he had another one maybe a month ago or 2 months ago now, on the mantids. So maybe check that video out also. So if you're new to all of this, that'll give you some kind of reference for this conversation. So that's about it. So, guys, I'm going to go sit there and put my feet in the water, and I'm going to eat my unhealthy beaver tail, but healthy for the soul for today. It's going to put a smile on my face, and I'm going to have a coffee, and I'm going to meditate there a little bit by the water. And I'll be thinking about all of you guys. So I'll be back on the show tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern with May Levy for the intuitive healing session. That is going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern. So, guys, join me for that. And if, what was the other one? Well, for sure. And tomorrow night also join us at 8 o'clock for the weekly call with Janine. It's going to be, again, one hell of a show. So thank you so much, everyone. I love you guys. Have a great and beautiful day, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.